The Champions League is tomorrow, and today I'm going to tell you who I think is going to be winning at least the first leg. So let's get right into this. Arsenal versus Real Madrid. I think this is the big match. Actually, no, I'm going to finish with that. Let's start off with probably the easiest match to call. I actually think it's Barcelona versus Borussia Dortmund. I just want to say, Dortmund is freaking trash. I do not respect them at all. They are a club that, although they get so much praise from every other team or every other soccer fan. Fuck, I should say football fan. I live in the States. What can I say? They get so much respect from all football fans. And, dude, like, all they do is they're just there for the bag. If you're a Dortmund fan, you have to be one of the dumbest fans ever. Like, why would you support a team that doesn't care about winning? Dortmund does not care about winning. All they care about is developing young talent so they can get their bag. That being said, this team sucks. It's trash. All right, I think all this whole thing about Dortmund, the Dortmund stadium, the vibe. Yeah, okay, maybe they're a little better in their stadium. They're still trash. All right, so yeah, they might have fluked it to the final last year, because let's be honest, if Barcelona wouldn't have gotten that red against, I believe it was PSG, then they would have beat PSG handedly, beat Dortmund handedly, and we would have had a Clasico final somehow. Even though Barca were trash last year, they still pretty much deserve to make it to that bracket because they were an easy bracket. But this year, they're arguably the best team in Europe, and they haven't lost all of 2025. Lamine Yamal's good. Rafinha, he actually has gone in a little down in form, although he scored against Benfica when Barca were down to 10 men. So he still came in clutch, but his goal scoring form has kind of slowed down. But Lewandowski's still good at age 35 or 36, and the team is still good. Like, they have their offsides trap, which I think is still gonna get exposed. That offsides trap is gonna get exposed by the end of the season, but up until now it has not. Barcelona, the first match against Dortmund, is going to be at the Barca Stadium. I think we're going to see Barca win like 3-0. I predict a 3-0 piece from Barcelona to Dortmund. Dortmund is trash. I can't respect that team. And honestly, if you are a Dortmund fan, I don't even respect you. What's the point of supporting a team that doesn't care about winning? You just want to be different, all right? And I'm not here about being I'm not here to be different. I'm here to win. Okay, so that being said, we move forward. FC Bayern versus Inter Milan. Now, if you've been seeing my videos from the beginning of basically when I started this channel, which was a couple months ago, I say that there's one team. I think Inter Milan is super underrated. And it's crazy because they lost against smaller teams like AC Milan this year. We've seen that. But in the Champions League, they've been able to only get scored on twice. So they defensively, they've held up to their Italian reputation. But Bayern Munich, they're actually doing better than I thought they were, at least in the beginning of the season, because they bought Company, which I think is basically just English media hype caused them to buy a manager so freaking irrelevant. Like, Company, you're a legend, but are you even a legend? Like, you weren't even top 5 defenders every generation. I'm not trying to ramble on to something else, but Company, he's not an experienced manager, and I think even though he's doing better than what I thought Bayern Munich would be doing, because they're still first place in the Bundesliga, although they're starting to drop points, 6 points behind. And Bayern and Harry Kane, we all know the Harry Kane curse. So there's a good chance that they don't lose. There's a good chance that they lose the Bundesliga too. Like, this curse seems like it's fucking real, and I don't really believe in curses. But Inter Milan is going to Bayern Munich tomorrow. I actually predict a draw. I think it's going to be either 1-1 or 0-0. But I think it's going to be a low goal scoring game. I haven't watched much of Bayern Munich, but I do know they're trash. So, what can you say? This whole side of the bracket, it is significantly weaker than the left side of the bracket, which is why I'm saving that side for last. But I have tomorrow a 1-1 draw. I guess I'll just say who I think is gonna win because the form changes. But anyways, and I still have Barcelona winning. Going back to Barcelona, I still have Barcelona winning the next leg. So Barcelona is gonna give Dortmund that 3-piece in the soda and make them lose both legs. Inter Milan, I have Inter Milan tying this first game in Bayern Munich, and then they're gonna go to the San Siro and they're gonna get the dub there in the Italian fashion. So, moving on to the next side, Arsenal versus Real Madrid, PSG versus Aston Villa. I'll start off with Aston Villa versus PSG. This game is actually closer than what a lot of people think. If you guys remember, Unai Emery with Villarreal, a team that I think is lesser than what his Aston Villa team is right now, they went to Bayern Munich and they eliminated them. And I think this was a Hansi Flick not Hansi Flick. Frick, I forgot the stupid coach's name. I know this freaking coach. It's a young coach that's the current German coach. I can't think of his name right now. What is his freaking name? I can't think of it. I'm gonna continue, but it's the Bayern Munich coach. Sorry, it's a German coach. That team, they were supposed to run through Villarreal, and they lost. So, Unai Emery, there's just some coaches that are good with league formats because they stack their teams and they need so much freaking money to win leagues because they're freaking luxury merchants, aka Pep Guardiola. And there's just some other coaches that know how to play to win, and I think that's Unai Emery. Like, yeah, sometimes playing systematically or playing in a league format, I guess every other week, you can tactically set yourself up for specific games, but it seems like Unai Emery, he tactically sets himself up to beat the opposition, and you can't really do that in the league format. And he can show that more in a tournament style bracket. That being said, I'm actually go with the upset on this match because everyone, look, in this sport, there is no foregone conclusion. I've started hearing people say that PSG is actually the favorite from this whole bracket because they're actually the team that's doing the best, and they already won League One. But again, it's League One, like, and they beat Liverpool too, a Liverpool team that wasn't in form, and they could have arguably lost against Liverpool. So this wasn't this like, oh, okay, PSG deserved to be here. They arguably deserve to be here. So, they won in penalties. It could have gone either way, but against Aston Villa, I'm gonna go with the upset. I got Aston Villa winning. They're gonna tie the first match, I say, or actually no, I'm gonna go PSG winning the first match 2-1, and then Aston Villa winning 3-1 at home, and Aston Villa going through 5-4. Is that correct? 5-4 aggregate. Oh no, sorry, 4-3 aggregate. Moving on to the next match, Real Madrid versus Arsenal. Now, both teams are trash. Both teams are not in form. You have injury has played into effect big in this season to both teams. Real Madrid, honestly, like, Real Madrid, I think people they are over criticized, and I know I'm saying this in the sense that over the past 2 seasons, look how much injuries both of these teams have had. Real Madrid has had. And last year, everyone was praising Real Madrid, saying that they had every excuse to fumble the league and the Champions League, but they knew they were able to get by each game, despite their injuries. I know that Real Madrid has Mbappe, and that brings its own issues because you can't make the team too offensively. But on top of the fact that you're making a team so offensively, and last year what you could praise Madrid was on how good defensively they were, aka the game against Manchester City where they did a defensive masterclass. They get basically two. They get Alaba, who he's still recovering from the ACL injury, and then they get Militao injured again, and then they get arguably their second best player or third, at least top three best players of last season, Carvajal. He gets injured, and then you have to play Lucas Vasquez, who is trash, and honestly, he's one of the main reasons why Madrid's doing so bad. Because every single game, every single weekend, I just expect a goal to come from the Lucas Vasquez side. So he's getting exposed more, and you have important players from Real Madrid that are being injured, and now the team's not good defensively, and now they can't push. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that this team, you can't expect a miracle twice, but I can expect them to get through Arsenal. And Arsenal they were expected to win the Premier League this season. They failed miserably again, but I think Madrid's Achilles heel this season has pretty much been the set pieces. And what's been Arsenal's what's been Arsenal's favorite goal scoring method, I guess I could say, is the set pieces. But Gabriel is injured, so I think that's literally I think Gabriel being injured. This might be controversial, but I think Gabriel getting injured is a bigger minus than the plus that Saka is coming back. So I have Real Madrid tying 2-2 against Arsenal away, and then the second leg, which is the Bernabeu, I have Madrid winning. And you know that Arsenal just love to fluke, Arsenal love to fumble the bag. So they're not gonna freaking win. They're gonna get exposed again. They're not gonna come with a freaking trophy. But yeah, I always wanted to see Arsenal play Real Madrid when Ozil was in the team, because Ozil was my favorite player growing up. But they didn't. This would be the first time they played since 2006 competitively. I think they played a friendly once, but competitively in the Champions League, this is the first time they played. So that's insane. Anyways, I got Madrid going through, and I have. Can I freaking select this team? I got Madrid. Ah, frig, I can't choose. I'm such an idiot. Fuck. Okay. Damn, this kind of just ruined everything. Anyways, I have Madrid going through. I have Aston Villa going through. Inter and Barcelona. Moving on to the next leg. Just pretend that they're here. I have Inter versus Barcelona. If you guys have been hearing me from the beginning of the time that I made this channel, I've said the two teams that Barcelona should try to avoid: Liverpool, they're out of the competition, and the other is Inter Milan. Inter Milan have the perfect setup to beat this Barcelona team. I'm calling it from the beginning. Inter Milan are making it to the Champions League final, and they're gonna beat Barcelona. Barcelona are not gonna freaking win. And I'm not predicting this more. I'm pleading. Inter Milan, you have to beat Barcelona. You can't let this stupid team win. You can't let this team full of 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds cook. Okay, I freaking hate this team. So please, Inter Milan. I have Inter Milan making it to the final, but obviously I can't predict both legs. But I have them going through. And then Real Madrid versus Aston Villa. Somehow I have Real Madrid going through, and I don't want to put Real Madrid in the final because I don't think they're gonna win. But I just can't see them losing against Arsenal, as bad as they are, and I can't. There's a good chance that they lose against Aston Villa. That just doesn't feel right. No, that doesn't feel right. But it could happen. But I'm still gonna go with Real Madrid, and then the final is gonna be Real Madrid versus Inter Milan, and I have Real Madrid winning. Real Madrid just always has Inter Milan's number, and I don't want to do this. I actually don't think this. Or like when I say this, it sounds funny, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So I'm gonna just go with that. Real Madrid Champions League. I'm still predicting this. And yeah, if you guys like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to do some new more videos or alterations, but you can't do that in YouTube because you get freaking copyrighted for everything. So follow me on TikTok, Pumpkin Picks. Follow me on YouTube or subscribe to my YouTube channel. And once I hit 100 subscribers in YouTube, I'm going on Instagram. So, bro, I've been in 48 subscribers. I actually went to 49 and then I dropped to 48 subscribers. It's been a week with not one freaking subscriber. What the hell? That's so frustrating. But anyways, guys, I'll see y'all in the next vid. Pumpkin Picks out.